Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages. Thank you for tuning in here on YouTube on NewarkPilots.tv. I am Tim Watson, your Pilots play-by-play broadcast announcer, and I am here today in Newark, New York at beautiful Colburn Park on this fine June 27th, a Thursday afternoon. It is 84 degrees as your Pilots get ready for an exhibition game against the Syracuse Saltcats. The Pilots come in off of two heartbreaking losses yesterday, one including a walk-off win by Geneva, where the fans definitely played a role in that game, talking with a few of the players. The Pilots will look to bounce back tonight in this exhibition game, where the stats don't count, but it can definitely be a chemistry-building night for your Pilots as they face a 15-5 Saltcats team. On the mound tonight for your Pilots is number 26, Devin Hicks. Hicks is a local pitcher from Mid Lakes High School in the Newark, New York area. You're expecting a relief appearance from a local Lions student, Kyle Evans, who will be graduating from Lions High School tomorrow. So expect to see him for a few innings tonight, as that should be fun, as I was high school teammates with him. So we'll have a little bit of information on him when he is ready to go. And it looks like Fedor throwing balls in from the outfield right now, even though he is not in the lineup tonight. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes for first pitch with both lineups. Thank you for tuning in, and I am Tim Watson. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we await first pitch. On the mound tonight for your Pilots is number 26, Devin Hicks. He has pitched in 2 games this year. He has 1 full inning pitch. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run, 0 earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. And on the year, he has a 0 ERA. And the first Salt Cat he will face will be his number 39, Rocco Leone, the second baseman. So Hicks, a lefty, will face a lefty here to start the inning. Hicks looks in, home plate umpire signals play, and first pitch is coming, and it will be a strike. 0-1 to start the night for Hicks here at 7:06 p.m. So just a minute off of the projected start time. We are underway here at Colburn Park. The 0-1 from Hicks will be swung on, hit, grounded to second. Jimenez will glove it, throw to first, and there will be 1 down here in the top of the first. With that quick out, that's going to bring up number 22, Luke Smith. Luke Smith attends Haverford College. In 2019, he appeared in 22 games and hit a .212. So on average, he'll look to get up next year in college. And the first pitch to him here misses 1-0. So Smith gets ahead early, and Hicks will look to claw back from the 1-0. The 1-0 will be swung on and missed. 1-1 now. Hicks steps back on, looks home, comes through the windup, throws one in the dirt, blocked by Saida. 2-1 now. So the 2-1 will be a pitch low, says the home plate ump. 3-1 now. Pitch that could have gone either way. So Hicks behind 3-1 now will look to avoid a 1-out walk here. That ball is swung on and bounced towards Bermudez, who will come in, glove, throw, and he will be out by half a step. And there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the first. So a good play there by Bermudez, which is something we see at least once a night. Flashy glove at shortstop and shows it there again. That's going to bring up the shortstop, number 3, Jonathan Cepeda. The first pitch to Cepeda will be swung on and hit hard towards a diving second baseman who will glove it, make the play, and we are headed to the bottom of the first after a 1-2-3 inning for Hicks, and your Pilots will look to get the bats going here. Your Pilots will face the righty, number 23, Dan Tomalak, and your Pilots lineup will go as follows. Leading off, number 8, the shortstop, David Bermudez. Hitting second, number 6, the right fielder, Ovair Torres. Batting third, number 11, the center fielder Cameron Reynolds. In the 4 spot, number 22, the DH Parker Denny. In the 5 hole, number 9, Bailey Jimenez. Batting 6th, number 19, Adam Zebrowski playing first. Behind the dish, batting 7th, number 13, Ty Saida. The DH, number 3, the third baseman, number 3, Mike Gorman. The left fielder, number 20, Ryan Lee. And that is how your Pilots will line up here today against Tomahawk. And stepping up to the dish, hitting a 308, the shortstop, number 8, David Bermudez. Bermudez will take a deep breath, step up to the plate, and be ready for the first pitch. The first pitch of your Pilots half of the night will be in there for a strike. 0-1. Looked a little high, but we're going to see a big zone here tonight. The 0-1 to Bermudez will be swung on and missed. 0-2 now. The 0-2 to Bermudez will be swung on, hit up, sending the second baseman back, the right fielder in, and the right fielder will make the play, and there is one out here in the bottom half of the first. That's going to bring up number 6, Ovair Torres, the right fielder. Coming into today, Torres is hitting a .431 now with 1 home run and 20 RBIs on the year. So he did unleash his first shot last night in Geneva, and he looked at another one here today, as there is pop in his bat. And the first pitch to him was in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 will be swung on and missed, 0-2 now. So Torres does have a little bit of a problem chasing pitches out of the zone, but not as bad as it was 2 years ago when he first came to Newark. The 0-2 bounces in front of him. It'll be 1-2 now. So the 1-2 from Tomahawk, as he winds, delivers, is inside. 2-2 now. The 2-2 to Torres is swung on and missed, and there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Cameron Reynolds. Reynolds, 3 games ago, was batting a .125, has now seen his average climb to exactly at the Mendoza line, batting a .200, and he'll look to continue the rise in the average here. Look to get a 2-out rally going for your Pilots. First pitch takes a big cut, but doesn't find it. It's 0-1 now. The 0-1, as they're going to say he went, will be 0-2 now. The 0-2 misses, 1-2 now. So Tomahawk has been getting ahead of the Pilots here early, using their own aggression against them. Usually it takes the Pilots a little bit for their aggression to settle in and things to start to change. A swinging strike 3 by Reynolds, and we are on our way to the second. If you're listening, thank you for tuning in on NewarkPilots.tv, and we have a 0-0 game after 1. So after a 1-2-3 top half of the first for Hicks, he'll have to face the DH number 38, Cyrus Coleman. First pitch to Coleman will be swung on and missed, 0-1. Coleman, a 6'2", 210-pound Howard Payne University junior from Beaumont, Texas, will look to get something started for the Salt Cats here. That one misses low, 1-1 now. The 1-1 from Hicks will be swung on and missed, 1-2 now. Hicks has done a great job of mixing locations to avoid the Salt Cats bat here early. He'll look to continue that great mix here. The 1-2 is low, 2-2 now. So it looks like the zone will be a little bit high tonight, not really low. And a swinging strike 3. And Coleman is headed back to the bench. And Hicks gets his first strikeout as a Newark Pilot this summer. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 24, Mikey Giordano. Giordano swings on the first pitch, lines it foul. It'll be 0-1 now. The 0-1 from Hicks will be a breaking ball that misses, 1-1 now. So one slid the top of the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 1-1 is in the dirt, scooped up by Saida, 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out to Giordano. And that ball is swung on, and the Salt Cats have their first hit of the night as it bounces to Torres, and it will be a 1-out single. After that 1-out single, that's going to bring up number 16, Patrick Miner, the first baseman. Hicks is going to throw over to first, and back in easily is Giordano. And Zebrowski throws the ball back, and it gets away from Hicks. So we'll have no balls, no strikes, and 1 out here with a runner on first in the top of the second. The first pitch to him misses in the dirt, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes is swung on, popped up. It's going to go behind the press box, and we're going to have ones across the board again. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 1-1 from Hicks will be low, 2-1 now, as it looks like he was squeezed there. So above the letters to above the knees looks to be the zone tonight. That one bounces on the plate, 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the second here with a runner on first, and Hicks gets a swinging strike. It's going to be a full count now. So a full count with 1 out. Hicks will throw to first, and back in safely is Giordano. The 3-2 will be swung on and hit hard toward Gorman at third. He'll go to 2. Jimenez will go to 1. Offline, so there will be 2 outs now with a runner on first. So with 2 outs and a runner on first here in the top of the second, that's going to bring up number 9, Marshall Wynn, the left fielder. So the Salt Cats here do add a hit, but have 2 outs now. That pitch is swung on and fouled off toward the Pilot dugout. It's going to be 0-2 now. So Hicks doing a great job here early, as these stats will not count, but it will build some confidence for him and his teammates. The 0-2 from Hicks will be bounced in the dirt, will get away from Saida, and the runner will advance without a throw. So Hicks will take his time getting back onto the mound now, as the 0-2 got away from Saida and the runner advances. So with 2 outs, there is a runner in scoring position for the Salt Cats here, and Hicks will look to get out of this inning without allowing any damage. The 1-2 misses low. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs now. So 2s will flood the top of the board, as Hicks will look to get out of this second inning. The 2-2 is swung on and hit hard. Over is Gorman. He'll scoop it up, throw to first, and we head to the bottom of the second in a 0-0 ball game. But the Salt Cats do get their first hit of the night. Leading off for your Pilots here is the cleanup hitter, the DH, number 22, Parker Denny. Denny, listed as an outfielder on the roster, has seen most of his time at first base and will look to get a hit here in the DH spot as he goes down 0-1 on the first pitch. The 0-1 quickly becomes 0-2 as Denny wastes no time swinging at the first 2 pitches. He's up there and letting the pitcher know what he's up there for. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out, swung at all 3 pitches, and couldn't get any of them. So that's going to be 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up second baseman number 9, Bailey Jimenez. Jimenez, with a slow start to the year, has been hitting a lot better as of late. Currently batting a .219 on the year. Not pretty, a little over the Mendoza line, but was worse at one point. That pitch is swung on, and he hits it to the Saltcats second baseman, and there will be 2 outs. Next up for your Pilots is first baseman number 18, Adam Zebrowski. That's going to bring up first baseman number 19, Adam Zebrowski. Zebrowski on the year hitting a .160, so looking to get that average up. First pitch to him misses, 1-0. The 1-0 will be in there for a strike, 1-1 now. Zebrowski with 4 hits on the year. Goes to 1-2 now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Swings at the 1-2, caught by the catcher, and we are on our way to the third inning as your Pilots have gone down 6 straight here to start the game. Leading off for the Syracuse Saltcats here is the center fielder, number 36, Scottie O'Brien. So Hicks, who got himself in a little bit of trouble there with a 1-out single in the top half of the second, worked out of it without allowing a run and stranding a runner at second. Sorry about that. First pitch to O'Brien is swung at 0-1. The 0-1 from Hicks will miss low. It'll be 1-1 now. Scottie O'Brien is a sophomore at Siena College, listed as a pitcher on their roster. Sends that one out to Reynolds, who will move over, slide, and make the play on a basket catch. And there will be 1 out here in the top of the third. Next up is the third baseman, Roberto. Let's go up third baseman number 5, Roberto Branca. Baraka stands in at 5'11", 190, attends Washington College from York, Pennsylvania. First pitch to him misses, 0-1. That one is in there for a strike, 1-1 now. Branca is a sophomore at Washington College. He played in 2 games in his freshman year. The 1-1 misses in the dirt. It'll be 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 2-1 from Hicks will be fouled off at the netting behind Saida. That'll be 2-2 now. The 2-2 misses wide. The count has been run to 3-2 now, and Hicks will look for his best pitch in the zone, and that one will be popped up. Bermudez finds it through the sun, and he will get under it and make the play. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the third. That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, number 39, Rocco Leone, the second baseman. That one is in there for a strike, 0-1 now. So Hicks, pretty solid here through 2.2, only allowing 1 hit and no runs. The 0-1 from him misses outside. It'll be 1-1 now. And he does have a strikeout on the day. The 1-1 is in there for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 misses high. The count has been run to 2-2, and 2s will flood the top of the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-2 from Hicks will be a breaking ball headed towards Rocco Leone's head. Breaks back across the plate, but high, 3-2 now. So another full count for Hicks, as he's been throwing a lot of pitches here early on. The 3-2 is swung on, put into left. Heading back will be Lee, and he'll get under it and make the play. And we are headed to the bottom of the third in a 0-0 ball game with just 1 hit. Leading off for your Pilots here is catcher number 13, Ty Saida. Saida from Hamburg, New York, coming in, getting hot at the dish, looking to get up his average. First pitch, he fouls off into foul territory, caught by the third baseman, and there's a 1-pitch, 1 out. That's going to bring up the third baseman today, number 3, Mike Gorman. Gorman on the year hitting a 182, obviously looking to get that up. He has 5 hits on the year, and we'll look to start a rally for your Pilots here with 1 out. First pitch to him is in there for a strike, 0-1 now. So Gorman, unlike most of his teammates, likes to watch that first pitch go by, not as aggressive as many of the other Pilots players. The 0-1 takes a cut at the breaking ball, misses, 0-2 now. Gorman, same routine every time with his batting gloves. Gets a little more saliva on them each time. The 0-2 is swung on and chopped towards the shortstop and third baseman, and it goes right between them as a lack of communication will lead to your Pilots' first hit of the night. So with 1 out and 1 man on, that's going to bring up the left fielder, number 20, Ryan Lee.
Next up is number 20, Ryan Lee, with left fielder, who hails from Transfer, PA.
Lee looking to get something going here with 1 out and a runner on first, betting a 208 on the year. Does have 3 RBIs. Gorman is speedy, so we could see him take off here. First pitch to him misses high, 1-0. Tomahawk taking a look over at Gorman at first will deliver home, and the 1-0 will miss outside, 2-0 now. So the first time he'll have to work out of the stretch as the Pilots do get their first man on base, a speedy man with Gorman out there. Decent lead off of first. That pitch by Lee will be fouled off, hit the netting. It'll be 2-1 now. Lee takes a look to third base coach Quinn to get a sign, steps back in, awaits the 2-1 from Tomahawk as he looks towards first with Gorman getting an even bigger lead over there. The 2-1 will be down the middle for a 2-2 strike now. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner on first here in the bottom of the third in a 0-0 ball game. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, and there are 2 outs now. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, number 8, David Bermudez. Bermudez on the year has a 796 OPS, so he can drive the ball for extra bases. Gorman on first would be able to score on a 2-out extra base knock with the speed he has. Let's see what Bermudez can do here. On the year, Bermudez is 4 for 6 with 2 outs. First pitch to him here misses 1-0. Bermudez leads the team by a large margin, 10 plate appearances. He has 74 on the year, which will lead the team. Tomahawk will throw over to first, and Gorman will be back in without diving. So a big lead, but not too big for Gorman to get back quickly. The 1-0 from Bermudez will be swung on and hit hard towards the shortstop, take it off the lip of the infield, and that will end the inning as there were 2 outs. So the second baseman didn't realize there were 2 outs, and he still threw to first, but the play did not count as the inning was already over. And after 3, we have a 0-0 ball game, each team having 1 hit, and we'll be back for the top of the 4th. Leading off for the Salt Cats is number 22, Luke Smith. Smith is 0 for 1 on the day, so another lefty for Hicks to face here, and let's see what he goes to. First pitch inside as Smith backs off the plate, 1-0. The 1-0 will be in there for a strike, 1-1 now. The 1-1 cut on and missed. It'll be 1-2 now. Kyle Evans is not on the mound yet. It is Devin Hicks from Mid-Lakes. The 1-2 will miss. It'll be 2-2 now. As I did just have a talk with the general manager, Bob Oman, with the owner, Bob Oman, and he told me that he talked to manager and said that Blanchard will be next, and then it will be Kyle Evans from Lions. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, and there will be 1 out. In a few minutes, possibly close, or a few innings later, we will have a special guest. Starting pitcher Ryan Mueller will be making an appearance here on this broadcast. So with 1 out, that's going to bring up number 3, Jonathan Cepeda, the shortstop. First pitch to him misses, 1-0. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, and ones will be across the top of the board. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 1-1 in the dirt was cut at, so it'll be 1-2 now. The 1-2 from Hicks is swung on, popped up. Reynolds will find it through the sun, make the play, and there will be 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Next up for the Salt Cats is the designated hitter, Cyrus Coleman.
That's going to bring up designated hitter number 38, Cyrus Coleman. So first pitch to Coleman is swung on, fouled off. It'll be 0-1 now. The 0-1 is fouled off, hit side his glove, and he dropped it. It'll be 0-2 now. The 0-2 misses. It'll be 1-2 now. So the 1-2 from Hicks with 2 outs will be swung on and missed. Coleman will make his way back to the dugout, as well as your Pilots will, and they'll look to swing the sticks here in this early shutout as we head to the bottom of the 4th in a 0-0 pitchers duel. Hello? Hello? Sorry if you heard that. We were testing the other mic for our special guest to be able to have a mic. And we'll be back when your pilots are ready to swing the bats here in the bottom of the fourth. Leading off for your pilots here is the right fielder, number 6, Ovair Torres. Torres today is 0 for 1, but did hit a mammoth shot last night, and he'll look to add to that here. First pitch to him, swings on, hits it out to right field, and the ball will drop in out of play territory, and it'll be 0 and 1. So the 0 and 1 is in there for a strike, and it'll be quickly 0 and 2 now. The 0 and 2 will be fouled off, so we're going to do 0 and 2 again. So after a very, very hot start for Ovair Torres, his numbers have calmed down, and in his last 7 days, he is only hitting a 350, which if you watch baseball, you know that is not bad, but the way Torres was going, that would be like a 200 average for him. The 0 and 2 misses in the dirt, and it'll be 1 and 2 now. The 1 and 2 is swung on and hit hard. The shortstop will go back, field it, throw to first, and Torres will be out by a hair, and there is one out here in the bottom of the fourth. That's going to bring up the center fielder, number 11, Cameron Reynolds. Reynolds, after a slow start, hitting a $125 before the last 7 days, where in the last week he's been hitting .375 with 2 stolen bags, an RBI, and 3 walks. In that time period, he has also struck out 4 times. That ball is swung on, and it should find the gap. The center fielder over will not be able to make the play. He'll botch it, but Reynolds will stay at first, so it'll be a 1-out single. That's going to bring up second baseman, number 9, Bailey Jimenez. That's going to bring up the DH, number 22, Parker Denny. It looked like Jimenez was heading out to the plate, but it's Parker Denny. Parker Denny is 3 for his last 10, batting a 300, a good average there. He does have an RBI in those 10 at-bats and 1 walk. The 0 and 1 is in there for a strike, and Reynolds a healthy lead over there at first. The 0 and 1 will be in there for a strike. Denny last time up swung at the first 3 pitches and struck out. Now he has let 2 straight strikes go by, and he's down 0 and 2. The 0 and 2 to Denny with Reynolds on first. A big lead over there. He'll not go, and Denny will strike out swinging here again. So he's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, striking out swinging. And there will be 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth, bringing up Bailey Jimenez, the second baseman, number 9. So Jimenez with 2 outs here, and Cameron Reynolds on first. He is also 3 for his last 10. First pitch is in there for a strike. And in that last 10, he does have two walks. That ball is popped up, so we are headed to the 5th inning. Thank you for tuning in here on NewarkPilots.tv. We are back here in the 5th inning of this exhibition game. And still on the mound for your Pilots is number 26, the lefty, Devin Hicks. And leading off for the Syracuse Saltcats is catcher number 24, Mikey Giordano. First pitch to him misses 1-0, as that pitch looked like it got away from Hicks and not in the location he wanted it. The 0-1, the 1-1 will go to, it will be 1-1 now, and live with me here on this broadcast as Newark Pilots starter, number 28, Ryan Mueller.
How's it going?
Mueller, how are you today?
Can't complain. I mean, got a beautiful day for a game here.
Yeah, the 1-1 is swung on, and it looks like it'll be Jimenez who will field it, but just a little late. Good play there. So your first two starts here, and you got pitcher of the game on both of those. How did that feel?
Yes, sir. It felt good. It was really nice to go out and help the team do a win. I mean, we've hit a rough patch as of the past few games, but before that, going out there and just putting up zeros on the board for the team felt really good.
Can't complain there. And it looks like Devin Hicks, the lefty from our local area, actually, he looks pretty good out there today. What do you have to say about him?
He's just an impressive arm. I mean, he's not even in college yet. He just finished his senior year, and he's out here competing with college kids from D2, D1s, and he's putting up zeros as well. I mean, we're in the 5th inning right now, and
he's got a zero still hung up on the board.
Zeros everywhere at 2 hit column, not looking too bad. Very impressive stuff today.
So a heartbreaking loss in Geneva last night.
Definitely. It was a tough one last night.
You were on cruise control all the way through the 8th, and then in the 9th a little bit happened. How do you feel coming in today after reflecting on last night?
I mean, it's always hard to lose a heartbreaker like that. Anytime you're going into the last inning with a 4-1 lead, you just want to go out there and finish it up. Felt good all the way up until there. Adrenaline from the crowd was really pushing me farther, especially through the 2 innings previous to that. Fastball just seemed like it had extra life on it. It was just getting past hitters. And then, I don't know, just started to slip away in the last inning. And then, unfortunately, we just couldn't hold on to it. But, that's in the past. You got to have a good mentality going into the next day, especially now that we have this nice game today, just to work on some things, get some new kids some looks.
Exhibition could definitely build some confidence for you guys as you're looking for PGCBL play tomorrow against Watertown. Do you know who will be on the mound tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm not sure. really have no idea who we got next in the rotation, but whoever's going to be coming out, I know is going to bring their A game.
No doubt, the Pilots starters have looked pretty good this year. Few rocky moments from the bullpen, but other than that, it's looked pretty solid, and the bats have been solid all summer.
Yeah, there's really nothing to complain there. I mean, good pitching is always a great commodity to have, and especially when you got the bats as hot as we have. I mean, we have Ovair, who's always going to be a tough out to get. Just everyone's been firing on all cylinders, even though we've come up with some tough losses, but everyone's been really just leaving it all on the field, both from the mound and at the plate. Really nothing to complain about there.
What was your first impression when you first joined this team a little bit late?
Coming to the team a little bit late, it was definitely a little bit a weird transition coming from the College World Series, coming up to play summer ball. But I mean, as a reliever for New York Tech over the year, it was nice to come in and start again, come into some clean innings. So it was nice to come in and just have a good impact from the start, get to know the guys. I mean,
a nice play by Bermudez there as he picked it, and it looked like there will be a double play, and there will be, and we're headed to the bottom of the fifth. All year, Bermudez has had a great glove over there at short. You can't complain with what he's doing at short.
Bermudez has been an insanely solid player, especially out of the mound. You can't tell you how much confidence he gives you up on that ball. Anything hit in general direction, he's making the play 9 out of 10 times.
Probably your favorite place to see the opposing fielder hit, the opposing hitter hit.
100%. Once you know off the bat if he's coming back there, it's going to be an out.
What's the biggest difference for you? Because you were talking about how you like the clean innings. So, like, is it just more confidence for you when you're starting than when you're out in the pen?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's all mentality. I mean, coming in as a starter, just knowing that whatever runners are out there are your responsibility, and just being able to work your way through whatever problems you get in, it's just a totally different feeling, especially just being able to put it on cruise control like I did last night and just kind of go through your own game instead of having to come in from the pen with runners at like second and third, no outs.
Understandable.
Up a jam. But it's all about getting a job done. It just for me, it seems like a lot less pressure coming out from the get-go, being able to control your game, control your pace. Like, I'm a big tempo guy, trying to move fast pace, so it's always great for me to get it started early.
Yeah, I've noticed that broadcasting a few games you pitched in, you like to go quick.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Kyle, who's sitting in the bullpen with you today, he's a quick tempo guy too. So expect to see some Ryan Mueller quick tempo type of stuff when he gets in today.
Hopefully, it's always good to get in the groove. It doesn't really give the hitters time to think. I mean, quick pitching them or just trying to get ahead fast and working fast keeps it a lot more intense. And I know when I used to play in the field, playing at first and third base back in high school, I always appreciated the fast tempo because, you know, you're just in and out real fast. You don't need to worry about getting caught sitting back on your heels waiting for a pitcher to deliver the ball.
So 5 shutout innings for Hicks now here in this exhibition game with just 2 hits. It's got to build some confidence for him in his next appearance for you guys in a meaningful game.
Definitely. I mean, even though it's just an exhibition game, especially when you're a young high school pitcher coming into college, any type of game like this will definitely give you confidence to keep rolling with the rest of the season. So this should definitely do him some good. I mean, he's been pretty solid out of the pen, but it's great to see him get a starting role tonight.
So leading off here is Bailey Jimenez playing second base, and he'll look to get something started. As your Pilots just have 1 hit now, what do you have for advice for the hitters tonight as they try to get something going for Hicks?
I mean, it's kind of tough facing a team where you don't really know too much about them. You don't know any of the scouting reports from the pitchers. But, I mean, as an exhibition game, stats don't count, so it really just gives you the opportunity to not have to worry about strikeouts or anything, just being able to go in there and do your thing. Just give yourself some confidence to roll into some conference play again.
And then I just have like one more major question for you. Playing in that College World Series, what was your favorite moment and what did it feel like?
Oh, I had so many favorite moments, but me personally, being able to come in against Colorado Mesa, who was the number 2 team in the country, I believe at the time, number 1, and come in, get 2 strikeouts to start off the inning. It was a great moment for me. It felt really cool to just take a step back and look into the crowd and just see like
just taking it all in.
Made it. And just, I mean, Tech hasn't really had a good history of winning in the past few years. So
but a good year of Tech baseball this past year.
Yes, sir. So it was just a cool moment to be able to sit back on the mound and just realize a year ago at that time I was sitting in a high school classroom, and now I'm pitching in the College World Series. So it was just the intensity there. Everyone was playing with insane amounts of energy.
Highest competition level there.
Highest competition level. I mean, everyone coming out of the pens from the other team was 90 plus.
Wow.
I mean, Tampa had some power arms. They had a couple kids, 95, 97. It was intense, but it was a great environment, and especially I think coming into next season with the talent we've seen from the regionals, the super regionals, and especially in the World Series, I think Tech's going to have a phenomenal year this upcoming season.
So with your expectations for Tech, what are your expectations for the Pilots for the rest of this year as Jimenez flies out for the first out of the bottom of the fifth?
Pilots, I mean, we still got a lot of season left.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how many games we got coming up in a row, but it's a grind, and Pilots are going to get hot soon. I mean, we've been playing well, just a couple breaks didn't go our way, but eventually those little blue fly balls will fall in, those ground balls will get past. I got no worries about the Pilots. We're gonna turn it down and make a run for playoffs.
That's what I really believe too. As the first pitch to Zebrowski misses 1-0. Well, thank you for coming in, and if you're ever interested in joining me again, just let me know.
My pleasure.
I'd be happy to have you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Of course. And that was Ryan Mueller from New York Institute of Technology. The starter for the Pilots, the reliever for them, pitched in the College World Series, 2 Player of the Game awards. Outstanding young year for him. So now 2-0 to Zebrowski. The 2-0 will be in there for a strike, 2-1 now. The 2-1 is in there for a strike. It'll be strike 3 as the scoreboard was wrong, and there will be 2 outs. So that's going to bring up catcher number 13, Ty Saito, with 2 outs now.
Next up for your Pilots is the catcher, number 13, Ty Saito.
So that pitch is swung on and hit into left field. The shortstop will head back, make the play, and we are on to the 6th inning in a 0-0 ball game. Leading off with a double for Syracuse is number 36, Scottie O'Brien, the center fielder, and there are some defensive changes. Michael Gorman is headed over to second base, and Dylan Duplashaw, number 7, will now be playing third base, and catching is number 10, Ty Saida. That's going to bring up third baseman number 5, Roberto Baraka. So it'll be 1-0 now to the Syracuse third baseman. The 1-0 misses low. It'll be 2-0 now. Hicks with a little bit of trouble here after a lead-off double. The 2-0 is in there for a strike. 2-1 now. The 2-1 is swung on, hit into left, and it will be caught. O'Brien thinks about tagging and decides to go back, and there will be one out here in the top of the 6th. That's going to bring up number 39, the second baseman, Rocco Leone. So Hicks, after getting himself into a little bit of trouble, he gets a pop out to left field to Lee, and O'Brien will not advance, so there will be one out and a runner on second now. First pitch misses 1-0. So a nice little interview there with Ryan Mueller. Started last night, went 8.1 solid innings, surrendering just 1 run, so the ERA on the year is a .5 with a 2-0 record. And the 1-0 goes to 2-0 now, as there will be 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, runner on second here in the top of the 6th. The 2-0 is swung on and fouled off towards the first base coach. It'll be 2-1 now. So the 2-1 will be Chuck Swung, and he didn't go. It'll be 3-1 now, and O'Brien is on third. So a runner on third, a 3-1 count, and 1 out now for Hicks, as he has found himself in a little bit of trouble here. Yates has not been on the mound for the Saltcats, as it has just been Tomahawk today. So the 3-1 misses, and he walked him. And Bermudez will meet Hicks on the mound now, as there are runners on the corners and 1 out, with number 22, Luke Smith, stepping up to the plate.
Next up is the right fielder, Luke Smith.
And it does not look like Syracuse has any action going in their bullpen. And I checked the Newark right now, and I don't see anybody up yet. So a bunt pulled back. It'll be 1-0 now. So Hicks, after being on cruise control through the first 5, finds himself in some real trouble here in the 6th. Hicks taking his time out there now. The 1-0 be swung on and hit hard towards Zebrowski. The run will come in, so there will be 2 outs in a 1-0 game now here in the top of the 6th. With 2 outs and a runner on second, it's going to bring up the shortstop, number 3, Jonathan Cepeda. First pitch from Hicks here misses low. It'll be 1-0 now. The 1-0 misses outside. It'll be 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second with 1 already in here against Hicks this inning. Like Mueller said, it is a different scenario when you're starting than when you're out of relief, and Hicks has looked great here today as he gets a swing and a miss on that one. It'll be 2-1 now. The 2-1 will not come before Hicks looks back to second, and back in safely is Leone. The 2-1 is poked at Zebrowski. It'll go off of his glove. The run will try to score. A throw by Gorman, a tag by Hillis, and we are headed to the bottom of the 6th, but not before it becomes 1-0 Salt Cats. Your Pilots will look to answer back as we come back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for your Pilots here in the bottom of the 6th, the second baseman now, no longer third baseman, Mike Gorman. And he'll face a new pitcher, lefty number 30, Trenton Jenkins. Jenkins from DeSoto College, redshirted last year. He's from Simpsonville, South Carolina. First pitch from him misses, 1-0. So Gorman reached on the Pilots' lone hit tonight. Second pitch to him misses, 2-0 now. The 2-0 will be swung on and hit towards right field, sending the right fielder over, and he'll get under it, and there will be one out here in the sixth. So with one out, that's going to bring up number 20, the left fielder, Ryan Lee. First pitch to him misses, 1-0. The 1-0 will be high, 2-0 now. So it'll be 2 balls and no strikes now to Lee here. Breaking ball gets away from the catcher, 3-0 now. The 3-0 is in there for a strike as Lee thought it was a ball. Looked like it to me, but it's called a strike, so it'll be 3-1 now. The 3-1 misses, and Lee makes sure that time, and he gets walked on 5 pitches. That's going to bring up the shortstop, number 8, David Bermudez. First pitch to him is high. It'll be 1-0 now, as Trenton Jenkins has gotten himself in a little bit of trouble here to start this inning. So it'll be 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th with the tying run on first base. And the second pitch to Bermudez will be in there for a strike as he backed out a little bit. So ones will flood the top of the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 1-1 misses, 2-1 now. The 2-1 will miss, 3-1 now. The 3-1 will be swung on and hit towards the shortstop, who will take it off the lip bounce and throw to first by the second baseman. And that will end the 6th inning rally, and we are on to the 7th. Leading off here for the Syracuse Salt Cats is number 38, the DH, Cyrus Coleman. So Hicks back out here for the 7th inning as he has just surrendered 1 run in 6 innings pitched. First pitch to Coleman is fouled off, 0-1 now. The 0-1 will break in there for a strike. It'll be 0-2 now. The 0-2 will be swung on and missed as it will get away from Hillis, and Coleman will reach first safely. So it will be a strikeout for Hicks, but the runner will reach. And it looks like he is heading over to the dugout with a glove malfunction. And he will need a new glove. So we'll take a minute now as he heads into the dugout, and let's look at Devin Hicks' day. Through 6 innings pitched, he has allowed 3 hits with 1 run and 3 strikeouts. So a pretty solid day for a kid who's just graduating high school. Let's get him up the catcher, number 24, Mikey Giordano. First pitch to him, misses outside, 1-0 now. As that ball gets away from him, gloved up by Gorman, he'll throw to Bermudez, who will then throw to Hicks. Hicks will step back on the mound, take a deep breath, as he has looked very different with runners on today. Let's see what we can get out of him. And it does look like there is an arm warming up down there in the Pilots bullpen, and it looks to be number 14, Kyle Evans. The 1-0 will go to 2-0 now. So Evans, graduating from Lyons High School tomorrow, will look to make an appearance here for the Pilots in an exhibition game and see what he can do once he is warm. The 2-0 from Hicks will be 3-0 now, as this count has really gotten away from him. So 3 balls, no strikes, no outs, a runner on first here in the top of the 7th as the Pilots trail by 1. Hicks will look for a 3-0 pitch that will be in there for a strike, 3-1 now. The 3-1, but not before Hicks throws over to first, and back in safely is the Salt Cats runner. Three and one from Hicks, way outside. He'll have runners on second and first and no outs. And we are going to have a mound visit now. Let's see if the change happens. Coach Quinn will point to the pen, and there will be a pitching change, but not before Hicks's excellent day ends, as he goes 6 innings, allowing a hit, a run, 3 hits, and 2 runners on this inning that would be his. So now we are going to see the righty, number 14, Kyle Evans, who will be getting his first chance with the Pilots here in this exhibition game. Evans, a high school teammate of mine, works very quickly when he is on the mound. Like Mueller said, does not like to waste time and get right into things. He'll inherit runners in second and first now with no outs and talk to some of his teammates before stepping on the mound. And we'll be back once he is ready. Thank you for tuning in on NewarkPilots.tv. I am Tim Watson, your play-by-play broadcaster. So as I said, Evans works quick, and he is already ready. And the first batter he will face is number 16, Patrick Miner. So Evans, a second-team All-Leaguer this year from Lyons High School. We'll see what he can do here with no outs. First pitch from him in the dirt. It'll be 1-0. The 1-0 will hit the outside corner, and it'll be 1-1 now. Evans, not a very emotional pitcher. He likes to stay right at work with a straight face. Does not like to talk much either. The 1-1 is swung on and hit. Evans will run over. Zebrowski will play it. It'll be a fair ball. And Zebrowski couldn't get the tag on, so the bases will be loaded here with no outs. So with no one out, bases juiced, Evans on the mound. That's going to bring up number 9, Marshall Wynn, the left fielder. First pitch misses, 1-0. The 1-0 will be a breaking ball high. It'll be 2-0 now as Evans shrugs his shoulders, trying to calm down. Two and 0 is in there for a strike. 2-1 now. The 2-1 will be swung on and popped up, and center field Reynolds will run in, and he will make the play. The runner will tag. A throw by Reynolds will be right there. Hillis will not get the tag, and it will be 2-0 Syracuse now. So with one down and two runners in scoring position, that's going to bring up number 36, Scottie O'Brien, the center fielder. So Evans gets his first out of the night there, and he will look to get his second now. First pitch to O'Brien is in there for a strike. 0-1 now. So one high school graduate turns the ball over to another high school graduate, and it is now a 2-0 game. The 0-1 is popped up. Zebrowski over will get under it, will make the play, and there will be two outs now with runners in second and third. So Evans doing a nice job now, only allowing one run to score on a sac fly, which will go to Hicks as an earned run. That's going to bring up number 5, the third baseman, Roberto Branca. So Evans will face a lefty now. Let's see what he goes to here. That ball is swung on and drove over. Torres heads over. It is out of play. It'll be 0-1 now. And Evans will look to avoid a pitch in that area again, as Baraka just got all of it. So it'll be 0-1 to the third baseman now with two outs and runners on second and third. The 0-1 hit the outside corner. 0-2 now. The 0-2 just misses. It'll be 1-2 now. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Evans gets the strikeout, walks off the mound emotionless, gets out of a jam, and we are on our way to the bottom of the 7th. Leading off for your Pilots here in the bottom of the 7th, right fielder number 6, Ovair Torres. First pitch to Torres is in there for a strike. So after back-to-back innings of Syracuse putting up 1 run, your Pilots now trail 2-0. That ball is swung on, hit off the middle of Torres' back, puts one into right field for a leadoff single. There's going to be a pinch hitter now for Cameron Reynolds, and it'll be number 15, Jordan Fedor, in center field. So Fedor inserted into center field now will look for his first at-bat in this exhibition game against the lefty Jenkins. That pitch misses high. Torres will reach second without a throw, and the Pilots have something going now. Tying run at the plate in a 1-0 count. First shutout breaking run is at second now. That Kyle kid is pretty solid, if I do say so myself, Andrew. That one's in there for a strike to Fedor. It'll be 1-1 now. Both of the high school kids that have pitched for the Pilots now have done a good job of getting out of tough situations. The 1-1 is swung on and missed after Fedor could not catch up with the heater. It'll be 1-2 now. The 1-2 will be swung on and missed, and there is one out here in the bottom of the 7th. That's going to bring up pinch hitter number 5, Alan Murphy, who will be DHing now tonight. So Murphy, with his first at-bat here tonight, will swing and ground one foul on the first pitch he sees, 0-1. So the 0-1 is bounced on to the shortstop, who will make an athletic play. Torres will reach third with 2 outs now. So with 2 outs, that will be number 7, Dylan Duplashon, at the plate. So the first pitch misses, 1-0 to Duplashon. The 1-0 will be 2-0 now. The 2-0 will be cut on, fouled off. It'll be 2-1 now. So the sun is setting now. Lights are in full effect. So 2s will flood the top of the board here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-2 will miss outside. It'll be 3-2 now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner standing on third with Duplashon at the plate, as your Pilots have 2 hits on the night and no runs. And that's a pass ball. Torres will try to score, and the Pilots will now have a run on the board. And with 2 outs, Duplashon will get to first on a ball in the dirt. He gets walked. And now that's going to bring up number 18, Logan Sturr. Stir will now play first base for Zebrowski, replacing him here in the bottom of the 7th. Yesterday, in Game 1 of the 2-game doubleheader, Stir crushed a solo shot to left center. That pitch is in there for a strike. It's going to be 0-1 now. The 0-1 to Stir will be 0-2 now. Stir did not agree. No balls, 2 strikes. Stir will hold, and in safely is Dupleshawn stealing the bag. So with 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, the tying run is at second base now in scoring position, and Stir will look to get a 2-out hit here to score the run. The 1-2 misses. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2's flood the board again here in the 7th inning. The 2-2 to Stir will be high and in, 3-2 now. They will get Dupleshawn, or he'll be under the throw, and he stole third safely on a pickoff attempt by the pitcher Jenkins, trying to catch Dupleshawn lacking, but he steals third, gets under the throw. And now the Syracuse manager will be out to have a word with the field ump. And now they will ask the home plate ump for his decision. And we will wait for an answer on that play. So tonight, through 6.2 innings, your Pilots trail 2-1. Logan Stir currently pinch hitting. The runner is called safe, so it'll be 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs to Logan Stir now with the tying run 90 feet away. And 2 high schoolers graduating soon have pitched tonight and only allowed a combined 2 runs. Hicks pitched 6.1 innings, giving up 2 earned. That ball is popped up by Stir. Running back as the shortstop. Coming in is the center fielder who will make the play, and we head on to the 8th in a 2-1 ball game. And as I was saying, Hicks, 2 earned runs in 6.1 innings. Evans pitched 0.2 innings to get out of a jam, and he is back on the mound here as we head to the 8th. And we'll be back when the Pilots are ready to face the Syracuse Saltcats bats here in the 8th inning. So the first Salt Cat that Evans will face here is number 39, Rocco Leone, the second baseman, the leadoff hitter who will be leading off this inning here, the top of the 8th inning. So Evans working quickly, goes to the windup. That pitch is swung on, hit up the middle. Over is the second baseman. He'll gun it, stretched by Stir, and there will be one out here in the top of the 8th. So one pitch, one out from Evans, and that's going to bring up number 22, Luke Smith. Smith is in right field today. Batting from the left side of the batter's box, Evans will see another lefty here. First pitch misses. It'll be 1-0 now. So the 1-0 to Evans will be in there for a strike. One's across the top of the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. So it'll be 2-1 now to Smith from Evans. The 2-1 is swung on and missed as Evans changed tempos there mid-pitch. 2-2 now. The 2-2 is swung on and hit at Stir, who will poke for it, and it will go past him to Ovair Torres, who will field it, and it will be a 1-out single. That's going to bring up number 3, Jonathan Cepeda, the shortstop. So Evans with 1 out now. Evans will throw to first, be a little late. Back in safely is Smith. So Cepeda steps out with 1 out and 1 on. And Evans will look to get out of the 1-out single trouble. That one is in there for a strike outside corner. Good spot there. The 0-1 is popped up, sending the second baseman Gorman back. He will get under it, make the play, and there will be 2 outs now. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up number 7, a pinch hitter. And that will be Christian Nassari. He attends Nichols College, and he's a senior from Ossing, New York. So Evans, an attempted pickoff move to first once again. Back in safely is the Salt Cats runner. That pitch is in there for a strike, and it'll be 0-1 now to the pinch hitter. The 0-1 is in there for a strike, same spot. Nassari did not agree, but it's there. 0-2 now. The 0-2 breaking ball is swung on and missed. The Pilots are headed back to the dugout, and so is Nassari. And we head to the bottom of the 8th as your Pilots trail by 1. Now pitching for the Syracuse Salt Cats is number 37, Michael Yates. So Yates will make an appearance here. The 6'2", 185-pound righty, hard thrower, will have a problem here facing Sean Hillis, the power-hitting Pilots catcher. So Yates enters the mound now here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Salt Cats are trying to wrap up this W and the Pilots look to rally. First pitch high and in, 1-0. The 1-0 will be a strike. It'll be 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. That one high and in to Hillis again, and it'll be 2-1 now. The 2-1 will be high and in once again, 3-1 now. So Yates, a little bit of command issues here out of the pen. Hillis, the wide stance, wiggling the bat, pops that one up, and it will be out of play, 3-2 now. So Yates has worked his way back to a full count. Hillis still with a bit of an advantage. 3-2 is swung on and missed, and there is 1 out, but Hillis will run to first after the ball is dropped by the catcher. Catcher throws over and makes the play, and there is 1 out. That's going to bring up number 3, second baseman Mike Gorman. There will now be a mound visit quickly as the catcher goes out to talk to the pitcher and heads right back as the home plate ump follows him. So Gorman awaiting the first pitch, swings awkwardly through it, 0-1 now. The 0-1 is high, 1-1 now. So ones will be across the top of the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Breaking ball in will be 2-1 now. The 2-1 to Gorman will be in again, 3-1. Gorman awaits the 3-1 from Yates as he takes a deep breath. Yates delivers, throws it, chipped off by Gorman. It'll be 3-2 now. So the 3-2 will be swung on, hit towards right center. The center fielder running over right fielder calls him off, makes the play, and there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up left fielder number 20, Ryan Lee, as your Pilots are down to their last 4 outs. That pitch from Yates is in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 will miss outside. It'll be 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The 1-2 is fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. It'll be 1-2 now. The 1-2 is swung on. It gets by the catcher. Lee will try to dig it out, and he will be at first safely. So with 2 outs, there is a runner on first, and that's going to bring up shortstop number 8, David Bermudez. First pitch to him is swung on, fouled off towards the parking lot, 0-1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. It'll be 0-2 now. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Bermudez with 2 outs and a runner on first as the Pilots trail 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That ball is fouled off, 0-2. I'm seeing in my comments, Yates is a year off Tommy John surgery, throwing pretty hard for that. So good for him as he is back in action here this summer. The 1-2 is fouled off, hits the pole, comes back and almost gets Bermudez right in the head. So it'll be 0-2 here again. Field ump checks to make sure the ball is okay, and he says it's good. Hands it back to Yates. 0-2 to Bermudez again as he takes a deep breath and steps back into the box. So the 0-2 will be swung on and chopped foul towards first base coach Sleeting. So Bermudez really getting the pitcher Yates to work here with no balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs, fouling off a couple of pitches back to back. The 0-2 will be in the dirt. Running is Lee, and he'll be in standing. Just safe after the tag is on the base, but Lee's foot is on the base first. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 1-2 misses, 2-2 now. So Bermudez has really worked the count here after being down 0-2 early, fouling off a few pitches, has worked it back to 2-2, and 2's flood the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-2 is cut on and missed in the dirt. Bermudez is tagged, and we are on our way to the 9th inning as your Pilots trail 2-1. Leading off for the Salt Cats here is the catcher, number 24, Mikey Giordano. The first pitch from Evans missed. That one to Bermudez. Takes the lip. Knows how to field it perfectly. High throw. A tag by Stir. And Stir tags him out. And we have one out here in the top of the ninth. So a great play on both ends of the shortstop and first baseman Stir to get the out. That's going to bring up number 16, the first baseman, Patrick Miner. So Evans, working quickly, gets a quick first out here in the ninth. That ball is swung on. Bermudez jumps over his head. The throw will go to second, and it will be a one-out single. So with a man on first and one out, that's going to bring up number 9, Marshall Wynn, the left pinch hitter, actually, here. And it'll be number 2, Connor Stanton. He'll play left field now, standing in at 6'1", 190, Fairleigh Dickinson University. He's a junior from Syracuse, New York. That one misses in the dirt, and it'll be 1-0. So 2-0 from Evans as he looks in, gets the sign, takes a look towards first, delivers home, puts one in the dirt again. 3-0 now. So the 3-0 from Evans will be a pitch in there. 3-1 now on a swing and a miss. The 3-1 misses outside, says the home plate ump. Hillis and Evans thought it was there, and there will be one out with runners on second and first now, and Bermudez will go to talk to Evans.
Next up is number 50, Nathan Keffenberger.
That's going to bring up another pinch hitter, number 15, Nathan Keffenberger. Keffenberger steps in at 5'11", 220 from Defiance College. He is a junior from DeGraff, Ohio. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and first now with here in the ninth inning as the Pilots trail 2-1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed, blocked by Hillis. It'll be 0-2 now. The 0-2 is swung on, hit foul towards the third baseman, Duplachon, and it will get past him. It'll be 0-2 here again. So the 0-2 is popped up out of play, 0-2 again. So it'll be no balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Runners on second and first here. Evans' pitch will miss high. It'll be 1-2 now. The 1-2 from Evans will be swung on, fouled off. 1-2 here again. So the home plate ump will go out, hand him a new ball, and Evans will head back to the mound ahead 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. here in the top of the ninth. Runners on second and first, and they are stealing. A hit and run is on, sending a ball into left field. They're going to have a chance at a double play. It is thrown in, and there will be a double play. And we head to the bottom of the ninth as Evans throws another scoreless inning, and your Pilots trail by 1. Leading off here for the Pilots, the right fielder, number 6, Ovair Torres. Ovair, or OO, is looking to get something started for the Pilots here. Swings, commits 0-1 here. Yates out for another inning, showing some impressive velocity. So the 0-1 to him will be in there for a strike. 0-2 as Torres looks back, wondering where, and the umpire tells him to get back in the box. The 0-2 is held off of. It'll be 1-2 now. So 1 ball is 2 strikes. It'll be 2-2 now as the 1-2 missed. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Torres working the count back to 2-2. Swings, fouls that one off. We're going to do 2-2 here again. So the 2-2 will go off of Torres, and he'll take a minute before heading down to first base, and that's going to bring up number 15, the center fielder, Jordan Fedor. So Yates just hit Torres on a 2-2 count with a fastball. Torres took it and walked down to first, and now Fedor is on as the tying run is on first. Fedor representing the winning run here in the bottom of the ninth with no outs. First pitch to him misses, 1-0. The 1-0 is swung on. Fair ball. Torres is going to make his way to third. He's going to try to score on this play. Torres hauling will score, and the Pilots have tied the game here in the bottom of the ninth with no outs. Fedor rips a double. Torres scores from first, and we have a brand new ball game. So Murphy up now, possibly the clutchest teammate besides Ovair Torres, with the winning run just 180 feet away. First pitch to him is high and in. It'll be 1-0. The 1-0 will go high, 2-0 now. So Yates' commanding fastball has finally been caught up to by the Pilots hitters, and they have tied the game here in the bottom of the ninth. The 2-0, a strong cut by Murphy, but misses. 2-1 now. The 2-1 from Yates will be swung on, not fouled off of. So the winning run is now 90 feet away from scoring with a 2-2 count to Murphy and no outs. So the 2-2 to Murphy trying to play hero. The winning run is 90 feet away. Misses. 3-2 now. Fedor's speed should be able to score from a ball hit into the outfield, even if it is caught. The 3-2 is held up, and he has walked Alan Murphy, and that's going to bring up number 7, Dylan Duplachon, with runners on the corners and nobody out. So runners on the corners and no outs. Duplachon first pitch fouls it off. 0-1. So Duplachon taking a deep breath, stepping back in, awaiting the 0-1. It will be swung on, hit past the third baseman. Fedor will come in to score, and I do not believe it. Here in the bottom of the ninth, your Pilots play to a walk-off win against the Syracuse Salt Cats. The Pilots win. The Pilots win. And a momentum getter, if nothing else, the Pilots will take on Watertown tomorrow night at home. Your Pilots win 3-2 after scoring 2 runs here in the ninth inning. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. The Pilots win. I am Tim Watson, and thank you for joining this broadcast.